in the morning and decide to post Patreon, not the subs, but how many Patreon subscribers visit your Patreon page. You tried to black out the numbers. You tried to do a big one.
Niggas ain't never work at corporate.
But little do you know, the internet had you beat.
A little bit of brightness turned up.
Because they brightened their numbers, and I saw you made a lot last month. You made a lot the month before, and honestly,
You standing up for the people?
oh shit, wait, you making a lot now, champ. So
Wait, what?
I think your story. I mean, I get it. I mean, high overhead, but the overhead is
It ain't that high.
Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. Joe Budden recently went viral for posting an image. Now, he posted an image, he was popping his shit, talking about his engagements and the amount of views and viewers that he had on his Patreon. All right, that's all good. He is one of the top content creators, one of the top podcasters in the game. So that's expected. He can do that. That's just fine, man. Now, when he posted this picture, he had something scratched out, all right? Apparently, that was the amount of money that his Patreon was getting monthly, but he had it blocked out. Now, of course, the internet is going to do what the internet do. Somehow, people on the internet were able to remove or see through, however, through the editing of the picture that Joe Budden posted, and they seen that he made $900,000 a month on Patreon. Get in the comments and let me know. Let's start here. Do y'all believe that number? I do. All right, I do. At first, I didn't. That's why I didn't speak about this immediately. I did a little bit of research. All right, and I'm gonna just tell you this. I believe that number. I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Do y'all believe the Joe Budden Podcast Patreon is generating $900,000 a month? It's very possible. I did the math. I did the research. It's very possible, but I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Now, another reason I didn't speak about this immediately is because a whole nother conversation was started about this a little bit after it happened. A couple days after it happened, people start making theories, creating narratives that maybe this was intentional. Maybe Joe Budden leaked this on purpose. Was there somebody who he wanted to know this information? We're going to talk about that later in the episode. In my opinion, it is. If you read the thumbnail, you already know what I'm talking about. We're going to get there. But let me ask y'all this, man. How do y'all feel about Joe Budden as a strategic podcaster? Is he number one of all time? The things that Joe Budden does, the calculated moves, and the things that he's done in the past, it makes you question everything he does in real time, in the present, and things that he has planned for the future. Again, like this. Was this on purpose? Did he mean to let this slip? Did he mean to let this figure get out? Because he definitely went viral. Was that a plan? Was that his plan? Does he want people to know how much money he makes? All right, per month on Patreon. That's number one. Let's move it to this discussion now. His co-workers had a couple of interesting conversations about it, and DJ Academics had a lot to say about it. He had a lot to say about what was next for his co-host, now knowing that this man make nearly $1 million a month from Patreon. All right, now we've seen the Pod Wives. That's something that I didn't think would last. Clearly it lasts. People like it. I think Joe Budden got like a $20 a month tier. And he has thousands of subscribers. So, and that's just the Patreon money now. That's just the Patreon money. We know Joe got the Rari. I think he got the Maybach, or he got a Phantom or something crazy like that with the Rari. So we know that he's doing very well. And it seems like his co-workers handled it professionally. A lot of people was looking at them to say, hey, he making $900,000 a month. Are y'all going to ask for raises? Are y'all going to ask for some type of equity or anything of that nature? I don't know. It seems like they're handling it well, but I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about the Joe Budden podcast as a whole? Is it the most entertaining podcast? at least in the urban hip hop space? I'm gonna say yes, I think so. And also, do y'all think the co-hosts deserve a raise? Do y'all think that's just automatic? That's automatic reason to ask for a raise when you see your boss making that much money. Think about if some of these people are getting paid, a couple thousand a month, and they see he making 900,000 in 1 month. Yes, that might motivate them to ask for more money. As a businessman, how do you handle that? And if this is something that Joe specifically did, he must be prepared to handle it with his coworkers or his co-hosts. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. We also got to remember Joe is on the board at Patreon. So Joe is one of the most successful content creators on Patreon. He makes a lot of important decisions on Patreon. He makes a lot of big money plays on Patreon. He brings certain people, young creators, into the fold, and he get them a lot of big bags. At least that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing behind the scenes he's getting people bags. He's using his influence in a good way. All right. But I've also heard he is also being somewhat of a gatekeeper. I'm not sure. I can't call it. I don't know. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all are hearing, because we see once he rejected and turned down Spotify, a lot of people was popping shit at Joe when he lost that Spotify deal. When that Spotify deal was over, people didn't know how the JBP was going to rebound. They had that Cash App deal, but that certainly wasn't enough. So they was kind of just floating in no man's land with Rory and Ma in the Rory and Ma days. Then things start to change. All right, they got that Patreon deal, and things just went up. Joe kind of turns himself into a gatekeeper in the podcast industry. Joe Budden is becoming everything in the podcast industry that he wasn't able to become in the hip hop industry. He wants to be a boss in the podcast game. He wants ownership in the podcast game. When he was an artist, that's all he was. He was just an artist. He had no say. He had no real control over anything. Him taking the spot at Patreon and moving with a whole network, he's trying to become an owner. He's trying to become a boss. And all you can do is salute that. Now, when we speak about being a boss, we got to talk in the other network. We got to talk about the Black Effect Network. I remember when Charlamagne first started this network, he was kind of popping shit at Joe on the low. Joe started his Joe Budden network at the same time. It kind of seemed like the Black Effect Network was kind of taking off on Joe Budden. Joe Budden was kind of at a standstill. This was after the Spotify deal, like I said, so the checks wasn't rolling in. Flagrant was doing good, and Charlemagne had brought a host of other podcasts to his Black Effect podcast, like the 85 South Show, Nori Show, Drink Champs was on the Black Effect Podcast Network. So that network was generating a lot of views. Charlemagne Network was generating a lot of views, and that network was really moving. All right, now things kind of changed. All right, the 85 South show, still a great show. It still got a lot of views. But as far as Drink Champs, their views have definitely declined. Everything having to do with Diddy kind of slowed down. And you remember Joe Budden said Charlemagne wasn't really a owner. He said that Charlemagne, because he was in a deal with iHeartRadio, he basically said iHeart was backing, iHeart was putting up all the money. He's not independent like Joe Budden was. And that kind of made sense, because once the things happened with Diddy and all the Revolt stuff, that kind of went down the drain, and Revolt kind of disappeared. All right. Revolt also had shows, and they were doing business with the Black Effect podcast. So that kind of affected them as well. But when you look at Joe, somebody who is seemingly 100% independent, he was able to bounce back. Now we see he's making $900,000 a month through Patreon. Do you think the Black Effect podcast, the Black Effect Network is doing that? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But does this number, that 900,000 a month number, is that the nail in the coffin for the Black Effect Network rivalry with the Joe Budden Network? Now, both networks are going to be very successful for years to come. I'm just talking about going against each other. There was a rivalry here, y'all. There was a rivalry with Charlamagne the God and Joe Budden. They both want to do better than each other. They both want to be the top pod voice in the urban culture. I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know which one is the top voice in the culture. Is it Charlamagne or is it Joe Budden? Does Joe Budden get 900,000 a month from Patreon prove that he's won the network war against Charlamagne? Or does Charlamagne just have more going on? Charlamagne's doing comic books. Charlamagne's writing books. He's got other up-and-coming podcasters. He's got a Lauren LaRosa podcast that a lot of people are excited about. I want y'all to let me know who won this network war. Is it over? I don't know, because it looked like Charlamagne was on his way to leaving Joe Budden behind, but now we see Joe Budden gaining back momentum. I don't know, man. Y'all get in the comments to let me know. Joe Budden or Charlamagne the God? Which podcast legend, which podcast icon is the leader of the culture in real time? I want y'all to let me know what y'all think, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. Peace.